Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. David Begnaud returns to his hometown. And country music star Riley Green joins us live in studio to discuss his new album. And that's CBS News Mornings for this Monday. I'm Michael George. Have a great day.
NCIS New York premieres this fall on CBS. We will see you there. I love it.
NCIS New York, new series Tuesday, October 6th, part of CBS Premiere Week.
CBS Mornings.
What she said.
CBS Mornings on CBS and where else?
Paramount Plus.
See you at 7.
CBS Mornings.
I'm Tony DeCopel. Join me for the CBS Evening News.
The Exorcist is a movie, when I first saw it,
classic.
That whole story is based on something that did happen.
Jaws did it for me when I was a kid. I was so afraid of taking a shower that a shark would go through the plumbing and eat me.
On some level, some of that makes sense. So.
Watch the Rabbit Hole Report on Ozarks First Plus. Download the app on your Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV device. Color 10 News, putting the Ozarks first.
Today's Daily Pledge is proudly sponsored by Indigo Sky Casino and Resort.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today's Daily Pledge is proudly sponsored by Indigo Sky Casino and Resort.
You're watching Ozarks First.
Coming up this morning on Daybreak, school season is almost here. What parents and kids are saying with just a bit of summer left. Then the heat is getting intense. What some restaurants are doing to keep cool. These stories and more this morning on Daybreak.
This is Ozarks First News, Daybreak.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us to start your week off. It's Monday, August 10th. I'm Stoker Wieczorek, and Carissa, she's off, I believe, until Wednesday, Tom, right?
Think so.
Yeah, we got Tom
living the high life.
Yeah, just living life, taking her time off. She needs it, right? She's always doing these day breaks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, indeed. And not to mention the, what is that? She's having a new thing on CTV coming up, Coffee with Carissa.
Yeah, Coffee with Carissa. If you didn't catch that, it's on our Ozarks First Plus smart TV app. So
absolutely. But you're gonna want to check out the weather, though, besides the TV first, because it's looking pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's a day for iced coffee, right? Not so much a hot coffee this morning, but looking at satellite radar, it's going to be hot and sunny for today. We do have some rain trying to move in across central Missouri. We're going to see this a lot this week, all right? Most spots are going to stay dry, but there will be this track of rain showers that go through northern Missouri all week long, and occasionally they'll bump into central Missouri. Right now this morning, looking at Sedalia, at Warrensburg, even Warsaw, Versailles, Eldon, Lake Ozark, a little bit of rain shower activity. There's a boundary here drifting southward. You can kind of make it out, and so we're seeing the rain kind of develop along where that boundary is this morning. It'll fade away, though. Once we get past sunrise, whatever rain is there will go away. By 10 o'clock, we're going to stay dry. That will mostly stay north of Highway 54 as well. Here in Springfield, we're going to stay dry today. Hot and sunny, the trend going into the afternoon, 96 today in Springfield. Hot, humid, heat index values around 100 to 105 for today. And we have an extreme heat warning in the purple through Wednesday and a heat advisory in the orange also through Wednesday. But the heat doesn't stop there. It's a Monday through Friday heat wave. We'll take a look at that forecast coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Tom, thank you so much. And later in the show, we're talking about what is the best temperature to set your thermostat. Tom sets his at 78 degrees and is asking you on his Facebook page. So if you want to leave a comment, there's a chance your response could be featured at the end of the newscast. And it's that kind of summer heat that can make even a few minutes outside feel like a lot, as Tom mentioned with those heat advisories. But for restaurant workers, the patio is part of the job.
The best way to keep them cool is just trying to minimize how long they're actually outside. We try to bring them inside as much as possible. We usually close one of our patios to keep them inside. We also have Gatorade, ice cream, ice pops, everything in the back for our servers.
Management at Broadway Oyster Bar says they're making changes to limit how much time employees spend in the heat. That can mean closing parts of the patio and even moving live music inside.
Usually when it reaches over 95 to 96 degrees, we really try to cut back on the south patio where we do our live music and stuff.
Many restaurants are also making sure workers are not pulling double shifts in this heat. It's now time for your morning traffic report. We're going to take a look here at West Bypass and Kearney. You can see some cars already out on their way, people going on their way to wherever you need to go, their destination, whether it's work, etc. Oh, there is a big truck there. Be careful with those freights as well. Just be prepared to stop as well. And this is all thanks to our Ozarks traffic cameras. We'll continue to look at the conditions throughout the morning to help you plan your day. Well, we got just about 2 weeks left of summer fun for most of the kids here in the Ozarks. What some families are saying before going back into the classroom with mixed emotions. Kids are getting ready to head back to school and some are returning as early as this week. For students like Anna Self, she will participate in cross country and cheer. She says being an 8th grader means staying organized and ready to keep her grades up, and her mom, Robin, echoes that.
I've been practicing sports a lot this summer to get ready for school and just like planning out things so that I'm not overstimulated from stuff.
8th grade is a great time to figure out how you can balance that with your grades because those are important to us as a family as well.
Stephanie Amador is preparing for her son Alessandro to start 7th grade and her daughter Adelini to start 4th grade. She says the hardest part will be getting everyone used to those early mornings again.
I'm not ready to wake up early again, you know, having ready, having to be arguing with them. Yeah. Come on, hurry up, let's go. But I mean, kind of excited for them too, you know, to learn more things.
Kids say they're eager to get back to those core subjects. And British Columbia declares a state of emergency as a wildfire forces more than 20,000 people to evacuate. More than 100 fires are burning across the province, and the Bald Range wildfire was the first reported on Friday night and grew about 19 miles within hours. And officials have not yet determined how many homes have been destroyed. We turn now to national news. The Senate confirmed Todd Blanche as the new U.S. Attorney General. The chamber voted 50 to 49 early today to approve President Trump's former personal lawyer to the role. Two Republicans, Senators Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski, joined all Democrats in opposing him. Blanche's confirmation came after a contentious fight over his loyalty to the president. Illinois Senator Dick Durbin called the confirmation a, quote, serious mistake, saying the country needs an attorney general above reproach. The Senate passed the short-term spending bill to avoid federal government shutdown. The measure was approved in an overnight vote this morning and keeps agencies funded through December 11th. It generally maintains current funding levels with several exceptions negotiated with the White House. It comes after two historic shutdowns over the past year, and lawmakers are eager to avoid another shutdown during the campaign season. The bill now heads to the House before it can reach President Trump's desk. The Senate has overwhelmingly approved a sweeping new sanctions package targeting Russia and Iran. The bill is named for the late Senator Lindsey Graham, who died last month. He was a strong supporter of Ukraine and includes expanded sanctions targeting Iran and countries helping Russia evade existing sanctions. Tariffs could also rise up to 100% on countries buying Russian energy. Well, coming up, a look at the countrywide drill that took place in Taiwan and what possible scenario it's preparing their military and its citizens for. We'll be right back.
Unscripted on Ozarks First has teamed up with Fritz's Adventure to celebrate the educators who make a difference every day with the Golden Apple Award.
Teachers work hard for our children and our community. Now it's your turn to say thank you. Head to ozarksfirst.com and nominate a deserving teacher or educator for the Golden Apple Award.
Each month, we'll surprise one outstanding educator with a $150 gift card plus 6 all-access passes to Fritz's Adventure. It's our way of honoring heroes in our classrooms. The Golden Apple Award from Ozarks First.
Tom Schmidt on Ozarks First. First in weather, first for you. Watch the Rabbit Hole Report on Ozarks First Plus.
What kind of things do scare you?
What a sissy, Mary.
Download the app on your Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV device.
If you have cracks in your walls, or doors and windows that stick, or a settling foundation, there's only one local family-owned company to call: Thrasher Foundation Repair. Only Thrasher has been fixing foundations in the Midwest for more than 50 years. Only Thrasher has over 34,000 five-star reviews. Don't wait to fix your foundation. Join over 200,000 customers who will tell you there's only one company to call: Thrasher Foundation Repair.
Looking for your next ride? Come to Pinnaker Honda in Springfield, where selection meets satisfaction. We've got a huge inventory of brand new Hondas and certified pre-owned models, all backed by our trusted quality and unbeatable value. We may buy your car, even if you don't trade. Stop by for an appraisal today. Hurry into Pinnaker Honda and let our family take care of yours in Springfield, or online at PinnakerHonda.com, where your next Honda is already waiting.
This back to school, no need for math. With our lowest price guarantee at Shoe Carnival. No bargain hunting, no price comparing, no number crunching. Just the lowest prices on everything in store, like Adidas, New Balance, Crocs, and must-have brands up to 30% off. So save the math for pizza night. Hurry into Shoe Carnival today for our lowest price guarantee, where back to school always adds up to saving.
Bailey Stroll on Ozarks First. First in news, first for you.
Welcome back. Taiwan holds its annual War Games this weekend. Hundreds of military service members and citizens taking part in an annual drill to prepare in case the worst happens, an invasion by China. Jeff Paul has more from Taipei, Taiwan.
The annual War Games here in Taiwan are well underway, testing this island's readiness for a potential invasion by Chinese forces. But this year, the drills are far more realistic and much more intense. It's a scenario rooted in reality. Taiwan is attacked by neighboring China, and its forces must protect the Asian Pacific island of 23 million people.
We step up our training activities, conducting repeated drills through unplanned, irregular, and no-notice scenarios.
The annual drills are meant to examine Taiwan's readiness amid growing Chinese pressure.
You're seeing more and more Chinese warships, Chinese warplanes moving around Taiwan.
China-Taiwan analyst Sung Wen-Ti says this year is less about performative displays of firepower and more about improving combat capabilities.
You are seeing a new degree of seriousness in Taiwan defense preparation you haven't seen in quite a while.
Civil preparedness is tested too, like here in the city of Kaohsiung. And just like that, one of the largest cities here in Taiwan coming to a standstill. You can hear the warning sirens going off, basically telling people to get inside and take shelter. It is a drill meant to prepare everyone here on this island for the possibility of an incoming air attack. Taiwan knows its defense can't solely rely on its soldiers. Everyone has a role to play.
It feels like a little bit scared, but after that, we know it's like the very secure.
However, the U.S. is currently stalling on a massive $14 billion arms package to Taiwan. After a visit to China in May, President Trump called the defense deal a, quote, very good negotiating chip with Beijing. Later this week, for the first time ever, Taiwan will intentionally throttle internet services for certain portions of the island. The idea is to test people's communication skills in the event of a major attack. In Taipei, Taiwan, Jeff Paul, Fox News.
The U.S. Defense Department is reportedly trying to accelerate timelines on getting munitions produced. This is because of how much they were used in the Iran war. And a Washington Post report says that the Pentagon is pushing defense contractors to speed up their manufacturing of U.S. weapons systems as stockpiles are decreasing. The report states that the Pentagon said in a memo it wants leaders to have, quote, more aggressive delivery schedules and increased production for critical capabilities. The Department of Defense has put contractors on a 21-day notice to submit plans to achieve those aims. Officials say the U.S. military has been utilizing some systems, including missiles, faster than manufacturers can replace them. A Pentagon spokesperson says the U.S. has what it needs for President Trump to conduct military operations. Iran is setting tough new conditions for reopening the Strait of Hormuz, keeping a deal with the U.S. out of reach. Now, Iran says the U.S. must end the war, lift sanctions, release frozen assets, and withdraw military from the region. Meanwhile, the United Arab Emirates says that an Iranian missile targeted one of its commercial ships on the Strait on Saturday. No one was killed in that attack. And Oman, which is mediating the talks, says negotiations are continuing in a positive and constructive atmosphere. Still to come later in the show, a Kansas teen is being recognized for her creativity. The prize one Midwest teen got for showing off her unique dress she created. But before that, we want to get back in with our meteorologist, Tom Schmitz. Looking interesting this morning, but it looks like it'll mellow out a little bit later on, perhaps. But the heat, that's something we got to know, right?
Oh, man. Hot and humid and sunny on a day like today. We've got a pretty quiet start at the door. Muggy and warm this morning. It's going to be that way all week long. No major changes on the way. Maybe a little bit of rain up north this morning. We'll find that occasionally through the week. We'll take a look at that forecast in detail next.
Matt Hefner on Ozarks First. First in weather. First for you.
A secure retirement requires the right balance. Annuities are designed to give you steady, dependable income when you need it most, without the high market risk. Let Cambridge Financial build a plan with you in mind.
Dickerson Park Zoo is more than just animals. Dickerson Park Zoo is laughter and smiles, traditions and memories. Dickerson Park Zoo is awe and wonder, discovery and delights. Dickerson Park Zoo is family and friends. Dickerson Park Zoo is connection and inspiration. Dickerson Park Zoo is for you.
You probably don't think about your chimney once winter's over. But spring rain and summer heat can quietly cause damage and lets moisture in. The Flu Doctor Chimney Service has been protecting homes in Southwest Missouri for 25 years. Inspections, waterproofing, full masonry repair. Protect your home before the damage starts. Dr. Flu is professional, honest, and dependable. Schedule your inspection now with the Flu Doctor Chimney Sweeper.
We don't think about water, we just turn on the tap.
Or when we brush our teeth, make coffee, or put our kids to bed. But for millions of families around the world, it's all they think about.
They think about where to find it, if it's safe, and how the water they're drinking might affect their health. I've seen firsthand how WorldServe is making a difference in the developing world, bringing clean water into communities and changing families' lives.
Give today and change someone's life forever with the gift of clean water.
Hearing what our clients have to say about us is a great reminder of why we do what we do.
It made me feel relieved that Aaron Sachs took on my case.
I needed a good attorney, one that thought outside the box and would fight.
They gave me peace of mind. I felt like they had my back.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
That's what practicing law is all about. We are Aaron Sachs and Associates. It costs you nothing to see if we can help.
Mike Landis on Ozarks First. First in news, first for you.
All right, folks, welcome back. Looking at those temperatures this morning, it's fairly muggy, fairly warm outside, and again, that's not really going to change all week long. Next 5 to 7 days, very warm for us. 73 down in Springfield, 80 this morning in Lake Ozark, 80 in Nevada, 80 in Joplin. A lot of spots in central Missouri in the upper 70s. Meanwhile, middle 70s in northern Arkansas, from Mountain Home at 75 to Harrison at 74. Right now we have a wind out of the south. It'll be a southwesterly breeze today, about 10 to 15 miles an hour. So the air is not going to be completely stagnant. There'll be some motion out there, but still pretty humid, still pretty muggy. And we have a heat warning in the purple through Wednesday, and then also heat advisory in the orange through Wednesday. Basically, it's going to feel like 100 to 105 degrees at times. The heat index today, upper 90s to near 100 to the southeast of I-44, in the low 100s likely across west central and central Missouri today. And then tomorrow, more of the same. A little warmer tomorrow still, upper 90s, low 100s on the heat index, up to 105 at times. And then Wednesday, we'll do it again. Now notice this, right? There's a big blast of cool air kind of come in to the north and east. And there will be rounds of rain and clouds to our north and our northeast all week long. But generally, central, southern Missouri, northern Arkansas, going to be under the influence of the hot, sunny weather all week long. So occasionally some rain showers to our north, and right now we're seeing that take place for the morning north of Highway 54. From Camdenton to Lake Ozark to Eldon, Versailles, over to Colcamp, Lincoln, and Warsaw, down to Hermitage, even in Camdenton, seeing some rain showers at times and some thunderstorms in here too. This activity is mostly going to stay to the north of Highway 54. You can see this boundary making its way downwards. That's going to help kind of cool things off a little bit in central Missouri temporarily. Okay, this rain is moving out. As it moves out, we're going to get hot and sunny again for today. Looking at that pattern all week long, it's going to stay really some rain off and on to our north and northeast. Occasionally, some rounds of rain there. And that will blow into central and west central Missouri at times today through Friday. But most of us are going to stay dry today and through Friday. Hot, hazy, and humid for the most part. The rainfall outlook, again, maybe some rain skirting around to our north and east, but generally not going to find much. Okay, if you do see rain, maybe a fast quarter inch, all right, from day to day. But generally, most spots staying dry. And the drought monitor, yeah, we're starting to dry things out. It's not terrible. It's a lot better than what it was at the start of the year. But we're starting to see those dry conditions build back in for southern Missouri and northern Arkansas. So for today, this is going to be a copy and paste day each and every day. 96 degrees, hot, sunny, maybe some rain to the north and to the northeast, but most spots don't see a drop. Tonight, middle 70s, clear skies tonight, muggy out the door for Tuesday morning. Tuesday itself, maybe a degree or two warmer in the upper 90s. Tomorrow night, upper 70s, and Wednesday, 97, too close to 100 to the west. It'll feel like the low 100s at times as well. The forecast shows hot and sunny weather each and every day. Again, maybe a shower to the north and northeast occasionally through the work week, but here in Springfield, I think we're not going to see anything at all. And Stoker, look at the end of the 7-day for the weekend, hot and sunny still, but might find some changes early next week.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like about the same almost, like hot, 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 hot on the whole 7-day until the end on Sunday there.
Entire stretch. And this will be the longest stretch of hot weather we've had this season.
Wow.
So we're in for it.
I believe it. I can see it, and I definitely believe it there. You know, and it's hard to believe that, you know, stuff is getting dry. You know, we're already starting to see some of those dry conditions come in. When we got a heat index as high as it is with the temperatures in the mid-90s, roughly.
Yeah, hot and muggy. It's just a heat wave coming our way. Now, thankfully, we had some rain out there over the weekend, Friday, well, Thursday and Friday, a little bit of rain.
Yeah.
So count your blessings if you had the rain, because now we're going to be getting into it. It's going to dry out pretty fast.
You got it, Tom. Yes. All right. Well, car lovers in Puerto Rico take a step back in time this weekend to enjoy vintage dune buggies and automobiles. The third edition of the Grand Antique and Classic Car Show was held at Hiram Bithorn Stadium in San Juan. Auto buffs and collectors checked out more than 500 classic, antique, and exotic vehicles. Crowd pleasers like the red Mustangs and Maseratis shared the space with old Jeeps and other American classics. The event also featured a racetrack for drivers to showcase the vehicle's powerful engines. That sounds really cool, Tom. I mean, we were just talking about cars earlier, and then we see these ones with the Route 66 festival that was going on, and then now you got these.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff, right? Yeah, the local event here, that's always a fun one. But it's kind of cool to see just the interest there is everywhere else, right?
Got some old ones.
Cars are cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think cars are cool.
Yeah, no, that was really cool. I mean, there's a thing happening here in the Metro, actually. You can watch the Leavenworth Cruisers 40th annual car.
Okay, so around Kansas City.
It's kind of one of those things, but, you know.
Yeah, and there's all, you know, summertime is kind of synonymous with weekend events and car shows. Plenty of clubs around here that get together on the weekends.
Yeah.
They're cool. The car culture, it's something I always look forward to. I don't know. I always like it.
Yeah. I had a chance to see it this weekend, but it was one of those where I only could visit for a bit because I had limited time to spend with my wife. But it was cool to see. And the whole center of Springfield was shut down.
They closed it down. This year they actually closed down a few more streets than they have in the past. So there are more cars, more people there. Yeah. It was a little bit bigger show than they had done previously.
Gotcha.
But it was good.
Yeah, cool stuff. All right, well, an iconic honor for an iconic artist. Whitney Houston now has her own Barbie. Mattel released the limited edition doll this weekend. Honoring the late singer, it mimics the look from Houston's 1987 music video for I Want to Dance with Somebody. Houston's estate worked with Mattel on the collectible, which is selling for $60. $60 for a doll, Tom?
Yeah, hey, you know what? My aunt is huge into dolls.
Yeah.
And they can get a little pricey.
I was surprised by that. I mean, I guess I haven't seen the price of dolls in a long time because, number one, I'm 25 now, so it comes down to the whole, like, how, and I'm a guy, so I never really played with dolls when I was a kid.
Yeah, right. Usually not.
So, that's something to think about, you know, with the price of everything. It seems
Yeah, a little
like
bit.
dolls to...
Get a little high up there. And, you know, but Whitney Houston, such an icon. I'm kind of surprised she doesn't have a doll already. Maybe she does.
Yeah, I was a little confused by that, too, because, I mean, not many people don't know who Whitney Houston is.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
No kidding.
You know? And I think she lived until, what, 2012 or something like that, right? She got up to
I think it was a little later than that, but it wasn't.
Okay, maybe not.
Yeah, it was sometime within, I want to say, the last 10 years.
Okay.
But I don't know. That may not be correct.
Okay, I'm trying to remember because I know it was like within about a decade or something like that. That makes
Somewhere
sense.
there.
All right. Well, we have more news to share with you, so don't forget to follow us on our social media pages. We got fun videos and other need-to-know news for you from your communities. You can find us wherever you like to scroll. Download our apps and check out our website, ozarksfirst.com. We'll see you guys in a few minutes.
People deserve better than this. That's what I say to myself when I drive through different communities and see all the bad siding jobs. I see siding that's fallen off the house, siding with seams all over the place, and wavy walls that should be straight. I believe the people who have that bad siding that's not protecting them against Mother Nature and not keeping them comfortable in extreme temperatures did not intend for this to happen. They trusted a home builder or a siding company that failed them. If you're the one who has the ugly house on the block because of your siding, we can help. If you think you can't afford a better solution, we can help with that too. So here's the deal. As unused materials are brought back from our job sites, we end up with lots of shorter pieces of siding in our warehouse. If you'll let us use those shorter pieces instead of recycling them, we promise only 1 or 2 seams on the back of your home. You'll save a whopping 30%, and if you get windows too, you'll save even more. Click.
At 417 Smiles, dentistry isn't just our job, it's our passion. As a family-owned practice since 1974, we believe in honesty, integrity, and treating every patient like one of our own. In a world of overdiagnosed treatment plans, we offer specialized care that is exactly what you need. We might not be in your network, but we file most insurances. So come in for our $100 new patient special and see why generations of families keep coming back.
From our family to yours,
We want to make sure 417 smiles.
I like weather. I'm passionate about weather. I get excited about weather. It rains, I walk outside to look at the weather.
And then your job, ironically, puts you inside, away from the storms that you really want to see.
We're answering some popular myths. If a tornado's coming, should you be opening the windows or not?
Do you go outside?
Is it too cold for snow? Look at that. That has been ruled at least EF3 tornado.
In this case, we actually have visual evidence of what this looked like as it was blowing through.
This is a beast of a system.
Watch Two Dudes in a Doppler on Ozarks First Plus. Jamie Warriner on Ozarks First. First in weather. First for you.
Welcome back. A Kansas teen's creativity has secured her a scholarship. Emma Fankhauser used duct tape to make a Constitution-inspired dress. The sticky gown won the Red, White, and Made by You award in the annual Stuck from Prom Scholarship Contest. Emma says she got her knack for fashion from her mom.
My mom would always have me enter in the sewing project, and initially it was just her wanting me to work on various pajama pants or whatever. But at a certain point, I started to do stuff on my own.
Emma says her dress was made out of 9 rolls of tape, and it took her 81 hours to complete. Some Gen Z job applicants are showing up to job interviews with a +1 mom or dad. HR professionals say A growing number of parents are getting involved in their child's job searches, some going even as far to apply on their behalf or attend interviews, and this comes as Gen Z navigates one of the toughest job markets in recent memory. A Wall Street Journal report found that the trend has accelerated since the pandemic. We have more about this story on our website, ozarksfirst.com. And don't forget to download Ozarks First Plus. There you can find a host of shows to watch, and that includes the latest episode of our sports show, Put Me in Coach. Take a look.
We've really talked about no wrestling on this show before. I've got a little bit of background in the business.
He's got a lot, okay? Don't let him lie.
Yep. But, you know, here locally, I've done some things.
As a matter of fact, Jesse Inman, I'm getting pretty tired of you. So how about from now on, you stay behind your little news desk with your little tie and your little suit. Apologize to me. No.
Jesse's got some moves over there on Put Me in Coach, and you can download Ozarks First Plus on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. And still to come here on Daybreak, school is getting just around the corner, and parents are scrambling to get everything together. How students feel as they get the supplies they need, and the latest move to avoid a government shutdown after Todd Blanche was confirmed to be the next Attorney General. Be right back.
Hy-Vee Hot Deals means more savings. Just Bare chicken breast, only $4.99. General Mills cereal, $2.99 each when you buy 2. Fresh raspberries, 2 for $5. Jack's Pizza, 3 for $9. Pepsi and Coke, $5.99 each when you buy 3. And Sara Lee bread, only $2.99. The hot deals are at Hy-Vee.
If you have a crack like this, well, you have a problem. Today I'm learning how a cracked wall might mean your foundation is sinking.
It always points towards the area where it's sinking. For example, this corner here, we're down almost a full inch of drop.
Right, so that's going down and that's causing the crack.
Correct. And then this door, they don't even use that door anymore. It cannot open.
Schedule a free inspection with Foundation Recovery Systems, a groundworks company.
This is a work boot you'll find at a big box store.
And this is a Thorogood work boot you'll find at Top Tier Line Gear. The difference is clear. At Top Tier Line Gear, we sell the professional quality boots, tools, clothing, and gear you need to get the job done safely and properly.
From Thorogood boots to safety gear and FR clothing, we're stocked with the top tier equipment you need but can't find anywhere else.
Please visit our store in Hollister, just off 65.
Or shop online anytime.
Top Tier Line Gear, built by linemen, trusted by crews.
The Bear Nation Update is loaded with the latest information on Missouri State athletics and everything Mo State on Ozarks First Sports. The Bear Nation Update is sponsored by Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks and the 2026 Chevy Silverado.
The Silverado Custom Trail Boss, a chance to get off the pavement and onto adventure. And the most affordable factory-lifted truck in its class. The Silverado Custom Trail Boss and Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Hello, I'm Dr. Hassenplug. Here at Driftwood Dental, we try to make our office feel as at home as a dental office can possibly feel. From warm, smiling faces to earthy tones, we do our best to take the stress out of dental procedures. Allow my team and I to welcome you to your new dental home.
Welcome back to Daybreak. It is 5:31 on your Monday morning. I'm Stoker Wieczorek. A driver was taken to the hospital with minor injuries on Friday after a truck crashed through the front of a gym in Nixa. According to the Nixa Fire Protection District, the truck ran through a yard, struck 2 vehicles, and crashed into the front of an XFit gym. For more on the accident and what possibly happened, head to the story on our website. Erica KOLR of Nixa is facing multiple felony charges after investigators say 4 children were removed from her home during a domestic violence investigation that uncovered alleged child abuse, medical neglect, and severely neglected animals. For more on allegations and the conditions of KOLR's home, head over to our website, ozarksfirst.com. All right, now we want to get a check of the forecast to help you plan your day. Tom, it's looking pretty much copy and paste here until what, next weekend is it?
Yeah, a little bit. It looks like we're going to stay hot, sticky. Ron Burgundy would say stanky.
Oh my goodness.
Stank.
We're going back to there, huh?
Yeah,
Anchorman.
Oh man, yeah, hot and sticky all week long. It's gonna be 90s, Stoker, with heat index values low 100s. Get ready for it.
Yes.
Get on ready. It's gonna be all week long for us. Now, in addition to the heat, at times we're gonna find these rain showers try to break in from the north, and there will be rounds of rain all week long as well across northern Missouri, north of I-70 mainly. But at times, some of that rain could make its way into central Missouri, and we're seeing that happen this morning. And this will happen a couple times through the week. Generally going to stay north of Highway 54 for some rain showers. It'll bring temporary relief for the morning, and then it'll fade away in the afternoon. Just gets hot and sticky, right? So for Sales, Eldon, Lake Ozark, Camdenton, Max Creek, or just north of Hermitage to Warsaw, Coal Camp, finding some rain showers and storms there. This will stay mostly north of Highway 54. Draw a line from Hermitage to Rolla. It's all going to stay north of there for the morning, and it'll fade away. Otherwise, we're going to see some blow-off clouds maybe this far south in Springfield, but no rain here. That moves out. The sun comes out. We'll find hot and sunny weather for today. 73 down in Springfield, upper 70s to near 80 in other spots. And then, yeah, the fishing forecast, a few clouds for the morning, but warm and muggy otherwise. And then hot and sunny, heat index values low in hundreds, about 96 today in Springfield. We have a heat warning in the purple and a heat advisory in the orange. Right now it's through Wednesday, but the heat doesn't stop there. It's going to last through the weekend. We'll take a look at that forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Sounds good, Tom. Thank you. And later in the show, we're going to talk about what is the best temperature to set your thermostat. Tom, he sets his at 78 degrees and is asking you on his Facebook page. If you want to leave a comment, there is a chance your response could be featured here at the end of our newscast. The back-to-school rush is on, with families across the metro checking off their school supply lists with tax-free weekend coming to an end. Parents and kids saying shoes and backpacks are the hot items, but that there's also other back-to-school tasks, including getting a haircut. Our sister station in Little Rock noting they saw plenty of smiling faces on kids heading back to the classroom. But some shoppers say the crowds made it tough to get everything on their list.
A lot of traffic, I am happy though to see a lot of kids happy, to get back in school. But the shopping, yeah, it was hell.
Parents say it was stressful, but the kids.
I got a bunch of new stuff for school that looks awesome, and it was fun just to go shopping back to school.
Meanwhile, doctors are weighing in on the dangers of heavy backpacks for students. Between books and devices, sporting gear, water bottles, and lunch, kids carry a heavy load. The American Academy of Pediatrics warns if a child has to lean forward to carry their backpack, take some weight out, the burden can strain the body, cause lasting pain, or lead to a fall. Doctors say to choose a backpack with padded straps and urge children to only bring home what they need for each day and night's homework. All right, it's now time for your morning traffic report. We're taking a look here at West Bypass and Kearney near a vehicle fire here. You want to keep a watch of that as you plan out your day. That's near North Cottage Avenue. So be prepared to stop if you see it there or change your route to something else. We'll keep a look at these conditions here throughout the morning to help you guys plan out your day, so stay tuned. And we got a traffic alert for Springfield drivers today. The Kansas Expressway ramp to eastbound Interstate 44 will be closed until next Monday for paving work. MoDOT is encouraging drivers to use alternate routes and expect possible traffic delays. Electronic message boards and work zone signs will provide updates throughout construction, and the ramp work is part of the Forward 44 Springfield Improvements Project. And in Washington, D.C., the Senate confirmed Todd Blanche as the next Attorney General here. The nominee narrowly secured sufficient GOP backing with a 50-49 vote. This comes after making a number of promises about how he would handle his 10-year tenure as the country's top law enforcement officer.
On this vote, the yeas are 50, the nays are 49. The nomination is confirmed.
The former lawyer's confirmation comes as Louisiana Republican Senator Bill Cassidy agreed to back Blanche on Friday, saying that while Trump's pick wasn't perfect, he wasn't sure the president would select a better candidate. A bill brought by Republican Senator John Husted failed to advance early Saturday that would require voters to show photo ID. Ahead of some midterm elections, the Help America Vote Act, which needed at least 60 votes to advance, narrowly missed at a 52-46 vote. The bill was an attempt to advance at least one part of the president's stricter voting requirements before the Senate's August recess.
On this vote, the yeas are 52, the nays are 46. 3/5 of the Senate duly chosen and sworn not having voted in the affirmative. The motion is not agreed to.
The full Save America Act sought by the Trump administration was set aside on Friday when key Republicans agreed with Senate Majority Leader John Thune that the votes weren't there to pass it in the Senate. Meanwhile, the Senate did pass a bill to fund the government beyond the midterm elections, putting it back on the House to head off a shutdown looming for October 1st. The bill would fund federal agencies through December 11th at current levels. Senators will now head off for August recess, where they'll campaign ahead of the midterms. We got more news to share with you, so don't forget to follow us on our social media pages. We got fun videos and other need-to-know news for you from your communities. You can find us wherever you like to scroll, whether that's TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, or X. Don't forget to download our apps and check out our website, ozarksfirst.com. And coming up, a Central Arkansas city making the call to suspend flock cameras that read license plates, why that is, and how the community is responding. We'll be right back.
The worst mistake you can make as an adult is saying, I'll get gas in the morning. Oh my. I came across this video that intrigued me very much.
This is like real life Minecraft or something.
Yeah. Dude.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
little man. I like to get into the comments after I come across these videos, so I have a few comments that I pulled. Wiener Al Yankovic.
Watch 5 o'clock on Ozarks First Plus. Download the app on your Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV device.
It's more than a piano. It's music lessons, birthday parties, and countless family memories. Now safely tucked away, awaiting Nana's new home. It's more than a piano, and we're more than a truck.
Time to stack some blocks. Poorly supported homes can cause expensive repairs. Call us Smouse Brothers today for a free inspection and evaluation.
Does a lake life sound like a dream, but you don't know where to start? Here at Kelly Sport, we help you and your family find the right boat, and most importantly, educate you on how to make memories that'll last a lifetime. Because what's the point of owning a boat if you don't know how to use it? We're not just another marina, we're your boating family. Our legacy is our people, our family, but most importantly, yours. Please join us today. We'd love to have you as part of the Kelly Sport family.
The Ozarks First Storm Tracker, on the road and into the storm, taking you closer to severe weather than ever before, giving you a real-time view of what's happening now. The Ozarks First Storm Tracker, sponsored by Multiply Credit Union.
For Brittany, it's more than a move. It's a new city. It's a new role. It's a brand new horizon that's hers for the taking. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
Jesse Inman on Ozarks First. First in news. First for you.
Flock cameras are being used by thousands of police departments to track vehicles to help solve crimes. But critics say the technology raises serious privacy and accountability concerns. News Nation's Bennett Haberly looks at the debate over how much surveillance is too much.
At intersections across the country, flock cameras capture the make, model, and license plate numbers of every car that drives by. Law enforcement can then store that data on average of 30 days, regardless of whether that person has committed a crime. Flock says more than 12,000 communities across the country rely on their tech, and that it's helped solve 1 million crimes, including recovering stolen cars and helping to locate thousands of missing children.
I started this company with my 2 co-founders because we believe that everyone has a fundamental right to be safe.
But critics of the company, like the open source website DFlock and the ACLU, say its capabilities are too far-reaching. In recent weeks, police officers in multiple states are being investigated for misuse. An officer in North Carolina lost her job after using flock data to look up her partner's ex-wife dozens of times. Her former police chief said this week other officers are also under investigation.
It's been a game changer for us
what we've been able to accomplish here. But it all goes up in smoke when you have cops like this violating the systems.
I think it's an important conversation we should have. To be clear, any level of abuse, greater than 0, of Flock or any police tool is unacceptable. When you're given power, which is what we give to local law enforcement, accountability has to be there. And so as we were talking about earlier, we introduced a tool 9 years ago, an audit log. We've continued to make improvements on that.
Flock CEO says their internal auditing tool can track anytime anyone conducts a search. It's something they've upgraded in the last 4 months. But it's not the first time Flock has had to course correct. Last summer, an Illinois police department discovered that other law enforcement agencies across the country had accessed their Flock data unbeknownst to them. Flock ended up closing a backdoor loophole, but the controversy stuck.
In response to the controversy of Flock cameras, the mayor of Cabot, Arkansas made the announcement on social media of temporarily disconnecting them. In the mayor's Facebook post, he wrote that he has always tried to provide the Cabot Police Department with as many resources as possible, and that the Flock cameras have been useful in finding stolen vehicles, but others are saying good riddance to the license plate scanning cameras.
I think it's easy to abuse by the police, and they have too much power, I guess. So it's good to see them go.
The city has 9 Flock cameras in total, and Friday the police department went around town disconnecting the cameras from their solar-powered generators and covering the cameras with trash bags. All right, now it's time to check back in with meteorologist Tom Schmidt. It's looking like it's in the mid to upper 90s, but I take it it's probably going to feel a little hotter than that.
A little warm today, a little hot, a little steamy outside. If you're going to be by the pool, have up with the sunscreen, have the water on standby. It's going to be pretty hot outside. Middle 90s, feeling like the low 100s. A lot of sunshine through your Monday. A little bit of rain this morning to the north, but that'll clear away. We'll take a look at that forecast next.
The Ozarks First Storm Tracker, sponsored by Multiply Credit Union.
Marshfield Chevrolet is proud to celebrate 100 years in business, serving generations of drivers with hometown values and trusted service. Thank you for being part of our story. Marshfield Chevrolet, driving you forward since 1926.
Is your AC broken down at midnight? No problem. John Wayne Heating and Air has got you covered 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with 0 after-hours charges. Same great service, same great price, anytime you need us, no matter what. Pick up the phone and call John Wayne Heating and Air in Springfield or Mount Vernon day or night, and we will be there.
The name you know, the name you trust, John Wayne Heating and Air.
50% off! The Habitat for Humanity restores the thrift superstore, and now there's another reason to shop. For a limited time, 50% off all exercise equipment. Looking for something like elliptical, vélo, département, ski machine, not exercise equipment. Every visit is different because our inventory changes daily, but one thing never changes: great deals. Stop by the restore on Scenic. Every donation, every purchase helps build, repair, and revitalize homes and our community.
What makes a Medicare Advantage plan actually work for its members?
Kelly just wouldn't let go until I got what I needed.
A Medicare plan that works has to be the real deal.
And what I love about Devoted is that name says it all.
Real value, real values, the real deal. Visit devoted.com to learn more.
Watch 2 dudes in a Doppler on Ozarks First Plus.
I like weather. I'm passionate about weather. I get excited about weather.
And then your job, ironically, puts you inside, away from the storms that you really want to see.
Download the app on your Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV device. Join the fun with Tom Turton, only on Unscripted.
All right, folks, looking at the Ozark Haven Healthcare camera. Things looking nice and sunny to start off the morning here in the Springfield Metro. It's going to be another hot and sticky day outside. 73 now in Springfield, 80 this morning in Lake Ozark. Whew. 80 in Joplin, 79 in Nevada, 77 in Branson, 75, meanwhile, Mountain Home. Winds are out of the south. There'll be a pretty steady breeze today, so that will help kind of move the air around, so it's not going to be completely stagnant through the day today, but it's going to be hot and sticky enough, right? We have a heat warning in the purple, heat advisory in the orange. Everywhere is going to feel like the low 100s for today. A little more intense north of I-44 across west central Missouri. The heat index today, low 100s northwest, in the upper 90s here in Springfield, and upper 90s down to the south and southeast as well. Tonight we'll be in the middle 70s. Tomorrow it'll feel like the low 100s again, and we'll do it all over again for Wednesday as well. Not a lot of changes on the wave force out there, okay? Now, looking at satellite and radar, the one thing that is going to throw a wrench into the plans occasionally for some of us is that today and all week long, there's going to be chances for rain across northern and northeastern parts of Missouri. And at times, some of the rain will try to dip into central Missouri. And right now, this morning, we're seeing that happen. Versailles, Eldon, Lake Ozark, around Lake of the Ozarks to the north and the east of Truman Lake, from Clinton to Warsaw, up towards Cole Camp, seeing some of that rain and thunderstorm activity. It's fading away, though, this morning. Now, it may help keep the heat at bay a little bit early on, but it's going to be hot and sticky the afternoon. Extra sticky in central Missouri following that rain. But the trend is all week long, we're going to find this rain stay just to our north and east, generally near I-70 from Kansas City to St. Louis. We'll get a burst of rain showers occasionally to come on through. But at times, it could break into central Missouri. And this is going to be true, you know, for not only this morning, but also for tomorrow and Wednesday. Okay, but not most spots are going to stay dry as the heat dome really large and in charge all week long, but maybe getting some glancing blows of some rain off to our north and east. But again, a lot of the rain stays north of I-70. This week they're going to get dumped on with multiple rounds of rain. Central, southern Missouri, northern Arkansas, maybe occasionally, but a lot of that will skirt to our north. Generally going to keep the forecast dry. And speaking of dry weather, we're going to find a little bit of drought, try to work back in. Right now, the latest drought monitor is showing dry conditions building in southern Missouri and northern Arkansas. And a dry week will just kind of amplify that just a little bit more. So we're starting to get a little dry, a little crispy outside. Heat and humidity not going to help out. 96 today in Springfield, 75 overnight tonight. Very muggy, very warm. Out the door Tuesday morning. Tuesday itself, a little warmer, a little more muggy. Pretty identical though. Upper 70s tomorrow night. And Wednesday, 97. And we might reach some of the hottest weather this year. We haven't hit 100 degrees yet in Springfield. We might get close later this week. Upper 90s going for 98 for a couple days in a row. Some data puts us in the hundreds, so it could happen. But otherwise, same old from one day to the next, and it's not looking too great. A very hot stretch.
Yeah, indeed. It's a type of weather where you would probably need to take a water bottle with you outside if you're
anywhere you go. Going
for a run. I see a lot of people going for a jog around the block in Springfield. Something to note if you're prone to heat.
Yeah, right. Exercising outside, I mean, if you want to build up some kind of endurance,
yeah,
it's good for that, but you also need to take care of yourself a little bit more.
Yeah, here's a treadmill day, I say. And it's looking pretty much the same. I'm really, if anybody is going to fill a weather forecast as repetitive as this until like the week, it would be you.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, what are you going to say? It's not going to look too much different day to day.
I know. It's going to be same old, right? Hot, sticky, sunny.
That's what I found pretty impressive this morning, Tom.
Well, it's day one.
Yes, that's true. Day 1.
5, day 6 gets a little more tricky.
That's true. Hey, maybe you'll know what to say, though, for the next days, I suppose, right? Until, obviously the futurecast will change. Like, what, Sunday, we might get some rain.
Maybe so.
Maybe.
Hopefully that holds true, but there could be a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, light at the end of the tunnel. That's a good way of saying it. Or rather, maybe a lacking of, because then we'll get some clouds.
Maybe so.
Perhaps, right? All right, well, speaking of things inside where you wouldn't expect, this new billboard in Los Angeles is turning heads. A man is living inside a furnished billboard in West Hollywood. The stunt is to promote the new Netflix movie, The Last House, which is out now. The installation is intended to recreate the premise of the movie, in which a family of 4 becomes trapped inside its home while struggling to survive as food and other resources dwindle. That's thinking outside, or rather inside the box.
Yeah, no kidding. I did see that over the weekend on Instagram, and I didn't really know what it was. It's like, what is this? Why are these people staring outside? This doesn't make any sense. But it still doesn't make sense. He's living in a billboard to promote something?
Yeah, it was this, basically this movie, right? It was the...
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, which I hadn't heard of it.
Yeah, that's really creative. I will say, maybe try to house somebody in there that actually needs a place to stay. Like, I know there's a huge homeless population in LA. I've seen it whenever I've been there a few times, and it's like, ooh, yeah, it's definitely a problem there. So I wonder how other people feel about that.
Maybe, but you kind of roll the dice.
That's true.
When you put someone from the streets on there. Because who knows what they're going to start doing.
Exactly. Exactly, right. All right, well, here's a trend some people just can't stand, but everyone's doing it. We're talking about restaurants, cafes, and bakeries using AI-generated images of food on their menus and promotional materials. One customer wrote on Instagram, "Can someone please tell restaurants that even the blurriest picture of their food is 1 billion times more appetizing than AI? We can tell it's AI." End quote. The reason why these places use these pics, it's cheaper, of course, but they're quickly learning that pics of AI food is a huge turnoff. Interesting. I never got to take a look at those, like a good look at those images, but it was interesting. I mean, maybe we'll notice it the next time we go out to have one of our lunches with the whole team. We like to do that. Go to a place.
Right, typically do. Maybe so. I haven't seen anything around here in Springfield yet, but AI food, like, is it really cheaper? I mean, what are you doing? Just prepare someone's plate, take a picture of it, and put it on the website.
That's true, you know? Maybe just like make like a list of things. Okay, whenever someone orders this, you know, like a little list of, okay, we still need to get pictures of these foods.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what makes sense to me. I'm not a restaurateur, though, so I don't know.
Yeah. We'll have to search for that next time we go out this Friday.
Maybe so.
Or
Keep
something.
an eye out.
Yeah, indeed.
Crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, coming up next on Daybreak, Tom's going to give us another check of the forecast. The copy and paste forecast,
That's right, yep. Stay tuned. Nothing's changed.
We'll see you guys in a bit.
Find what you need for your kitchen at Arctic Food Equipment.
You are more than your car wreck, more than the injuries it caused. You are a person, and you deserve to be heard. Choosing the right lawyer is the most important decision you'll make. We know how to win. Call Aaron Sachs and Associates.
Some things are passed down through generations, values, traditions, and the joy of the open road. At Don Vance Ford, being family-owned means we believe buying a vehicle should feel honest, comfortable, and right. When it's time for your next new Ford, we're here to serve you every step of the way. At Don Vance, we are working to earn your business, one customer at a time, one day at a time, every day. Visit us online at donvanceford.com. Don Vance Ford, serving families mile after mile.
People deserve better than this. That's what I say to myself when I drive through different communities and see all the bad siding jobs. I see siding that's fallen off the house, siding with seams all over the place, and wavy walls that should be straight. I believe the people who have that bad siding that's not protecting them against Mother Nature and not keeping them comfortable in extreme temperatures did not intend for this to happen. They trusted a home builder or a siding company that failed them. If you're the one who has the ugly house on the block because of your siding, we can help. If you think you can't afford a better solution, we can help with that too. So here's the deal. As unused materials are brought back from our job sites, we end up with lots of shorter pieces of siding in our warehouse. If you'll let us use those shorter pieces instead of recycling them, we promise only 1 or 2 seams on the back of your home. You'll save a whopping 30%, and if you get windows too, you'll save even more. Click.
Because you didn't ask for this. Because you just want to focus on healing. Why choose Aaron Sachs and Associates to be your law firm after a car accident? Because.
All right, welcome back. We're going to check on your responses on what is the best temperature to set your thermostat. And if Tom, are you nuts for setting it at 78, right?
We're gonna keep mine at 78 of the thermostat. Comments, though, are coming in strong.
All right.
Okay, this guy's from Alabama.
All right, Scott Harvell, a bunch of lizard people in the comments talking about their terrarium homes. If you come to my house, you better bring your jacket. We're gonna be at 68-ish in the summer and 65 in the winter. North Alabama, yeah.
That's too much.
Okay, yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah, wow. Interesting. All right, we like the word here, and there we go. It's on the 3x3 here.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you think? Yeah.
I keep mine on the warmer side. I really do. It's not because my apartment does a pretty good job.
Yeah.
And when it's at 78, it actually feels pretty nice.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like a cool 78. What do you keep your apartment at or your house?
About 72.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of folks in the mid-70s. A lot of mid-70s around here.
Yeah, it's going to be much hotter for that in the weathercast that we're going to have coming up here, which we're going to have it in our 6 o'clock hour, so stay tuned for that.
Land of the free and the sexy. Come get red hot lingerie, star-spangled fun, and zero judgment vibes at In the Garden of Eden. Shop In the Garden of Eden. A little naughty, a whole lot nice.
In a world of big box stores and robots, All American Rental and Sales keeps it local. We're family owned and customer driven. We treat you like a neighbor, not a credit score. Experience the All American difference. Friendly service, fast delivery, and the best brands. Visit us today.
Water, nature's ultimate cleaner. We drink it, we bathe in it. Think water, think steam, think clean. Now harness the power of water with the H2O X5 5-in-1 steam cleaning system.
I'm so impressed with the X5. It's an all-in-one product. I can use it throughout my entire house.
It's cleaning, it's sanitizing, there's no chemicals in it. It's just steam.
This is unbelievable. There is no more odor. You could spend over $500 to purchase the products that the X5 5-in-1 Miracle replaces. Order your H2O X5 steam cleaning system, a $500 value, for just 4 easy payments of $43. Order now and we'll upgrade your X5 package. We'll add a 6th mode with a dusting and polishing wand. Valued at over $30, this extra bonus attachment makes your H2O X5 the H2O X6. That means your 10-piece system becomes a 12-piece system at no extra cost to you. All for just 3 easy payments of $43. Call or click right now.
When disaster strikes, we don't see damage, we see an opportunity to give back, help others, and take care of what matters most. I'm Samuel with U.S. Disaster Restoration. We are more than just a company. We are your local family-owned restoration team, dedicated to restoring hope and rebuilding lives after every disaster. Whether it's fire, water, mold, or trauma, we serve our communities and local businesses with faith, wisdom, honesty, through teamwork and positive attitude.
Today's Daily Pledge is proudly sponsored by Delta Roofing.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today's Daily Pledge is proudly sponsored by Delta Roofing.
Coming up this morning on Daybreak, school season is almost here. What parents and kids are saying with just a bit of summer left. Then the heat is getting intense. What some restaurants are doing to keep cool. These stories and more this morning on Daybreak.
This is Ozarks First News, Daybreak.
Good morning, everyone, and I hope you're having a wonderful start to your week. Thank you for joining us. It is a Monday, August 10th. I am Stoker Wieczorek, and Carissa is not here. She's got the day off. She's taking a little time away from work, but for now, good for her. Good for her.
Good for her. Yeah, good for her.
Oh, no. I didn't mean it like that. Well, as you can see, to start our day off, we have Tom Schmidt here.
That's right.
For us to look at our weather. Is the heat making you this way, Tom?
Yeah, a little surly, I tell you. That's right. Okay, looking at the Lake of the Ozarks right now. It's going to be warm. It's going to be hot. It's going to be sunny. A little bit of rain this morning to start off the day up in Lake of the Ozarks and other parts of central Missouri. That's going to go away and leave behind a hotter and muggier afternoon for you. So a little bit of rain activity wrapping up across parts of central Missouri. And then we're going to find this be the case a couple of times throughout the week. Probably some rain showers and storms, mainly northern and northeastern Missouri. At times they'll come into central Missouri. Elsewhere, though, southern Missouri, northern Arkansas, not a drop of rain expected at all this week. We're going to find periods of these rain showers come through, and while it might provide temporary relief, it's not going to help the overall picture. Lake Ozark, though, Eldon up to Jefferson City and Columbia, Versailles, seeing some rain showers and storms. They're wrapping up. They're fading away this morning. It goes away by 9 o'clock. And then we're looking at sunny and hot weather through the day today.